Hi friends, welcome to Storytime. I'm glad to be with you here today and to hear another story this week. And this week we have Mr. Turtle to help us with our good morning song. He wanted to come and say hi to you. Hello, Mr. Turtle. He's coming in to say hi. Hello. All right, Mr. Turtle, can you help us with our good morning song? Here's a shaker for you. Friends, do you have a friend at home that you can use to sing the good morning song and you can play with? Maybe it's a bear, maybe it's an elephant, maybe it's a monkey, maybe it's your baby brother or sister. But maybe they can come and listen too, all right? And we're going to sing our good morning song. Clap everybody and say hello. Clap everybody and say hello. Clap everybody and say hello. Hello everybody. All right, can you crawl? Turtles crawl. They're really slow. Crawl everybody and say hello. Crawl everybody and say hello. Crawl everybody and say hello. Hello everybody. And you know what? Turtles are really slow. Can you crawl really slow? Slowly everybody and sing hello. Slowly everybody sing hello. Slowly everybody and sing hello. Hello everybody. And our last one, wave. Like that. Can you wave like Mr. Turtle? Wave everybody and say hello. Wave everybody and say hello. Wave everybody and say hello. Hello everybody. Goodbye, Mr. Turtle. It's story time. Do you want to listen to the story? I think he does. Let's see what our story is today. And we're going to put Mr. Turtle right there so he can listen to our story. See, he's going to watch just like you are. Can we see him in the picture? There he is. He's going to sit right there. Today, friends, we have a book called Nobody Hugs a Cactus by Carter Goodrich. Well, look at that cactus. Would you want to hug a cactus? Probably not, right? Why wouldn't you want to hug a cactus? Why would nobody hug a cactus? Look at that thing. It's kind of prickly, isn't it? Kind of like you probably wouldn't want to hug. What are some other things you wouldn't want to hug? Maybe a porcupine with all their sharp quills. Maybe a rose because they have thorns on them. Can you think of anything else you might not want to hug? Because maybe it's prickly, or maybe it has big teeth, or it's kind of scary. Well, anyway, nobody wants to hug a cactus. You think about it. What are some other things you might not want to hug? For right now, there sits our friend Mr. Cactus in his window. Here's another big cactus over there. And this story is by Carter Goodrich. Nobody hugs a cactus. Hank lived in a pot. The pot sat in a window. So that must be Hank. The cactus's name is Hank. Hi, Hank. The window looked out at the empty desert. It was hot, dry, and peaceful. Just the way Hank liked it. Quiet. Very quiet. Is it quiet where you are right now? It's very quiet in the story room. Let's listen and see if it's very quiet. It's very quiet right now. Just like in Hank's desert. Do you know where the desert is? Have you seen a desert before? Look at it. Does it look like a desert would be found in Michigan? Does that look like Michigan? Where's the grass? There is no grass. That's what a desert is. is it's all dry land. A lot of times it's sand, and things don't grow very well in the desert because it's very, very hot and there's not much water at all. But cactuses don't need very much water. So instead of trees in the desert, there are cactuses because they don't need as much water to live. And that's what Hank liked. Nice and peaceful and quiet. Look at Hank's face. Can you tell how he's feeling right now? Look at his face. Sometimes we can tell how people are feeling by their faces. What is Hank doing? Hank is smiling, isn't he? He's happy. But look at Hank on the cover. Does Hank look happy? He looks angry, I think. Do you? Look at his mouth. Looks like he's sad. He's got a big frown on, but then look at those eyes. They look very mad, don't they? I wonder why he's mad. He's happy here. Let's see. But every now and then, somebody would interrupt Hank's peace and quiet. "Hi, Hank," Rosie the Tumbleweed called out. "Isn't it a beautiful day?" Hank ignored her. He just wanted to be left alone. Do you see Rosie the Tumbleweed? This is a tumbleweed. And it's kind of like a plant. It's a very dry plant. And it just can kind of blow through the desert. Hank is not listening to her. Look at, he's got his arms folded. And he's not looking angry, but he's not looking happy either. Look at him. What do you think he looks like right now? "Okay, so long," said Rosie cheerfully, and she tumbled away. And Hank was happy again. Look at now. He has his arms uncrossed, and he doesn't have a frown on his face anymore. But just as he was beginning to relax, "Hello," shouted a tortoise. "Hey, just like our friend Mr. Turtle. There's a tortoise in the desert." And look at Hank. Is he very happy to see him? He looks surprised, doesn't he? Wait a minute. Who's making that noise out in Hank's quiet desert? It's Mr. Tortoise. "Private property," yelled Hank. "Keep out." The tortoise was so frightened, he hid in his shell. Look at that. Where did his head go? He hid in his shell. Guess what? Our friend Mr. Turtle can hide in his shell too. Should we have him try it? Can you show us how you hide in your shell, Mr. Turtle? All right. Get ready, get set, hide. Look it. And he's hiding in his shell. What? Look at that. Now he's all safe in his shell. Nothing can get at him now. But then when he wants to get out again, and he can just poke his body out. Just like this. Where's your other leg, Mr. Turtle? There he is again. He's a good hider, isn't he? That's a perfect hiding spot, just like the tortoise has. Tortoises are just really large turtles. They're very similar to turtles, but they're much bigger than turtles are. But Hank is mad now. Look at that look on his face. Ooh, he doesn't look very nice. He looks very mean, doesn't he? Very angry. Hank was still yelling at the tortoise when a jackrabbit dashed by. "Hi, ya prickles," she shouted. "My name isn't Prickles," Hank yelled back. "Stay out of my yard." Wow, Hank is getting very mad. Look at that look. And he's shaking his fist. Ooh, he's mad. Can you show me a mad face? He's angry. Yikes. Tumbleweeds, tortoises, jackrabbits. What's next? Said Hank. And look at, our tortoise is still hiding in his shell. And Hank is still not happy. A coyote came loping by. "No dogs allowed," yelled Hank. "I am not a dog," said Coyote, "and you are as prickly on the inside as you are outside." What does that mean? Have you ever heard of being prickly on the inside? How is Hank acting towards his friend or towards the friends in the desert? Is he being very kind and loving? No, he's kind of mean and angry. When you're mean and angry, you act prickly, sometimes people will say. And so not only is Hank prickly on the outside with the thorns and prickers on his cactus, but he's prickly on the inside too. How he's acting is not very friendly, is it? Before Hank could yell back at the coyote, a cowboy strode past. "Keep off the grass," shouted Hank. "What grass?" said the cowboy. "Seems to me somebody needs a hug. Too bad nobody hugs a cactus." There goes the cowboy. Do you see any grass? I don't see any grass either. Looks like just dirt and sand. No grass in the desert. But he's still looking angry. Look at that face. Whew. "Hi," said a lizard. "Who invited you?" said Hank. "And just in case you're wondering, I don't want a hug." "That's good," said the lizard, "because I don't want to give you one." And then the little lizard skittered away. An owl landed on the roof. "If you're looking for a hug," said Hank, "well, I guess I could give you one." Wait a minute, he's kind of changing, isn't he? Let's take a look at his face. Do you see a frown? Does he look angry? No, not right now, does he? Huh. "Who, me?" said the owl. "You must be joking." And for the first time, Hank began to feel a little lonely. Let's look at how he looks right now. Does he look angry? Not really angry, does he? Does he look a little bit sad? He does look a little sad, doesn't he? Poor Hank. All of a sudden, he's starting to think about that. Does anybody want to give him a hug? Maybe he'd like to hug somebody. The next morning, Hank was feeling more sad on the inside than prickly. Maybe a hug wouldn't be so bad after all. Let's look at his face. How's he looking now? Is he looking angry? Not angry, is he? Do you see a frown on his face? I do. He's got his eyes closed and he's frowning. I think he's sad and lonely. Maybe a hug wouldn't be so bad after all. The wind began to pick up. Can the wind pick up? Can you make a wind noise? An old cup blew by, and it stuck to Hank's face, and his little arms were too short to get it off. "Great," said Hank. Look at everything's blowing around right now. Maybe there's a storm coming in. Look at how dark it is in the sky. I bet you there's a storm coming in. So the wind's blowing, and look what happened. It blew a cup right onto Hank's prickles, and it stuck right there. I think even the tortoise is starting to blow. How's he going to get that cup off since his arms are so short? After a while, Rosie came bouncing by. "I'll get it off you, Hank," she shouted. And she jumped up to knock the cup off Hank's face, and then she tumbled away. "Thanks, Rosie. That was very nice of her, wasn't it? Remember our tumbleweed? Hank wasn't very nice to her at first, was he? But look at, she helped him get it off. Hank didn't have time to thank Rosie. He felt so bad about all the other times he had been so rude to her, so he came up with a plan. Look at, he's staring off, wanting Rosie to come back so he could thank her. What do you think his plan is to thank her? Hank decided to grow the best flower he could and then give it to Rosie as a thank you gift. Did you know some cactuses can grow flowers? Look at how beautiful that flower is. It took days, but at last it was ready. He couldn't wait for Rosie to come blowing by again. Do you see his face? I want to show you. How's he looking now? That frown turned upside down, didn't it? It went from this to this. It's a smile. He's smiling. Wow. When at last she did finally come bouncing back, Hank held out the flower. Look, Rosie, he said, I grew it just for you. Look they both have smiles on their faces now. Not just Rosie. Rosie was so surprised, she jumped up and gave Hank a great big hug. It felt so nice that Hank didn't even want to let go. And as things turned out, he couldn't. Rosie and Hank had become stuck together. Look at that. And look, the flower ended up in Rosie's hair. But they didn't care. After all, it's better to be stuck in a hug than stuck all alone. And look at there. Off goes Mr. Tortoise with a smile on his face. And look at Rosie and Hank. Both are smiling. They're waving goodbye to Mr. Tortoise. They have a friend. Aw, look. And there they are, stuck together and not lonely anymore. That is such a sweet story, isn't it? Nobody hugs a cactus. Well, not when he looks like this, right? But when he looks like this, then he can get a hug, right? We need to be kind to people if we want them to be kind to us, right? And friends, we did a lot of looking at what Hank's face looked like when he was feeling different ways. I want to sing a song with you before we're done for today. And it's called If You're Happy and You Know It. Do you know that song? I bet you do. So you need to practice. So if you're happy, what will your face look like? Are you going to smile? Have a big smile? What if you're sad? Are you going to have a frown on your face? What if you're mad? Show me your mad face. Arrgh. What if you're surprised? Your eyes are going to be wide open and your mouth might be wide open. What other emotions could we do? If you're tired, that's not really exactly an emotion, but it's a feeling. You can feel tired, can't you? If you're tired, we'll do that one too. So we'll have if you're happy, if you're sad, if you're angry, if you're surprised, and if you're tired. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're sad and you know it, give a frown. If you're sad and you know it, show a frown. If you're sad and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're sad and you know it, give a frown. If you're angry and you know it, give a growl. If you're angry and you know it, give a growl. If you're angry and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're angry and you know it, give a growl. If you're surprised and you know it, go, If you're surprised and you know it, give a If you're surprised and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're surprised and you know it, give a If you're tired and you know it, give a yawn. If you're tired and you know it, give a yawn. If you're tired and you know it, then your face will surely show it. Uh-oh, did I fall asleep? Oh, excuse me, I'm yawning. If you're tired and you know it, give a yawn. Friends, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.